Right, you get old.
Give me one of these Ricolas.
Oh, hell.
But
Man.
man,
No, bro.
yeah, no, it's crazy out here. Speaking of culture, though, you know, Lil Baby just dropped a podcast with Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, do you think so? Is Mitch not coming back? Sal, you think Mitch not coming back? That's over with.
That was another topic.
I didn't even think
He
about that. I
can't be.
forgot about that.
He
Damn, that's
can't be.
fucked up.
Well, I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll see.
If
But
that nigga come back, dog, that's crazy.
it is wild. They had we talked about they falling out earlier on one of the episodes. That might have been the first or second episode, but
Maybe,
yeah, we talked about that. But Baby and Yachty, you feel me? It was a great pod. I didn't finish it, to be honest. I got close, but I seen most of the most important stuff or notable stuff. He talked about a lot. So I thought it was really funny, his opinion on memes and the stuff that people say about him. He was very like
what memes, for example? I seen a lot of little, you know, when he be counting that money, he stop it. Hey, that's a
he said
funny
he thinks some of them funny, but he was basically
Talking about him at the white party.
yeah, he was alluding to shit that be saying like he gay.
Rubin.
Yeah, like the Michael Rubin shit. Like he like, I don't even know why niggas play with me like that. And he was like, push up on me in person, basically, and see. You feel me? And I mean, he was that's what he saying. I'm just saying what he said.
I feel
I'm just
you.
saying what he said.
I feel you. I
You
feel
know.
him. But I mean,
And he was saying he explained the situation too.
Yeah,
You
they
know.
was wrestling.
He said that it was wrestling. And he was
I
like,
think that'd make it sound worse.
it do make
you
it
just probably
sound
gotta
worse.
see the video.
But he was like, I got the video, but he was like, I know if I released it, and niggas was like, okay, I see what you're saying, but he was like, they'd be like, you doing too much. So he
That's
just left
true.
it
Is
alone.
it
though.
ever
Yeah.
doing too much to clear your name, though?
Sometimes.
But
think
you
so?
ain't never gonna clear your name to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, I guess you're right.
sometimes-
Fuck the rest. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
they ain't gonna understand.
So,
Because
I mean-
real life, he said he just like they homies, like he just
Yeah.
jumped on it, like
Yeah.
also like come here, like I'm finna like play with you, but it's like
imagine a
Same time.
nigga just come like try to put you in a chokehold or jump your back, like that type of energy.
like if it's your homeboy,
I
you
ain't
gonna
never
be
been
like,
that cool with a white boy.
Me neither.
Yeah,
But
that's what he said though. He's like, it's
He
because
did
he's
speak
white.
to
Nah,
that.
I will say
spoke
too,
to that.
I ain't gonna lie. From this opinion, I had roommates, and we was all different ethnicity, and we was in that boy acting a fool. Like,
So it do be like that.
yeah, bro, like you, it's your homie for real. At the end of the day, they're my guys. Like, I still
like
chop it
y'all
up.
know
Kick it
we'll
with him.
Yeah, yeah.
fight, you feel me, and do all that shit. But the little baby point was like, he don't got the awareness because he's white. Like we in the middle of a party with hundreds of people.
Right, he don't
There's
think
cameras.
that's
he
not
not
the
thinking
vibe.
like this ain't the time vibe to play like
He
that.
just a white
He
boy.
just a white boy, you know, the yada yada yada. So he talked
See,
about that.
That's why, hot take, that's why I'm damn near for segregation. 'Cause
Oh
I,
shit!
I know that's crazy, but I don't know,
Wow.
bro. And I know it sounds hot, but think about it from a historic perspective, bro. Black people have always thrived when we've been on our own without the attachment to any other type of like westernized colonialism, like ideologies. Without us having to deal with that, we've always had the best. Even when we've been brought here in slavery, out of that into the Reconstruction system, out of that into actual like pre-civil rights movement era, we had a lot of things on our own. Black businesses, when it was just us, bro, we were building up real things that even in Michigan, they ran through. Y'all hip to the history of Black Bottom and all of this other shit.
That's what I was thinking of. As you was
Exactly.
talking.
So realistically, I know that's why I'm like hot take, but I think in grand scheme, it's so many differences amongst, you know what I'm saying?
the cultures.
Exactly.
I think one thing that
It could work if everybody pushes peace, but that's not the world we've been born into.
it's not the
bro.
world that we're born into, and I think with that, I
Hot
think it's
take.
kind of like we have to. The most important thing, because in reality, you're never gonna get all black people to just say.
Fuck it.
Fuck every race and we insulate.
I'm not
but if
even
we could
saying
at
fuck
least
every
protect
race.
our culture,
That's the thing,
you know,
right?
like
so
if
I'm
we
not,
can do that,
when I say like
What does protecting our culture mean? What do
I
you?
think that-
I want to hear what each guy say.
about protecting our
go
culture,
ahead, East.
That mean not letting white niggas rap.
I mean, y'all know my perspective on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. You feel me? But protecting the culture means that, okay, for example, people could go to China, right? They can go to China or anywhere else in the world and do things specifically related. A tourist will go to there and do something specifically related to Chinese culture, and they'll understand, oh, this is Chinese culture. Don't nobody try to take away from what they do
That's what
and
I'm-
add it
yeah.
into their own
Yep.
culture. But
Yep.
we don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have
so
that
the
protection. I agree with that.
Exactly.
I fully agree from
Facts.
that standpoint.
So the protections
For sure.
that we
I ain't
need to-
never thought of that.
It's
Yeah.
the truth, bro.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
protections in which we need to have set in place for ourselves, we kind of got that by default through things like segregation. Even though the law system that we were in it at that time was adversely against us, we always know how to make nothing out of something. That's why niggas, I hate to say it, but eat shit like chitterlings. You feel me? Because we literally got the worst of the worst and fucked around and made it a staple. Even though I don't eat them bitches, I ain't never had
Hell
pork.
no.
It's still the fact that you could take something like that and create and feed, multiply. That's insane. You feel me? Nobody else on the planet does this shit how we do it, bro.
I think that's the reason why we were stumped every time we try. I mean, you know about the CIA leak. That's real. It's a proven thing where the nigga that was, I think he was the head of CIA. I can't remember his name, but he said like black people coming together in the 60s is like one of the biggest threats to our national security that we can have. I think we just would our culture is the most influential. It has the potential to be the most impactful on the planet, and that comes with power. And the niggas at the top don't want to be at the bottom. So
nobody ever wants
nobody
to be
wants
at
to
the
be at the
bottom.
bottom. So it's like I'm not gonna
But
let
how-
you even,
So how long?
before it switches again.
Not even before it switches again, but yes, that's partially the question. But how long, as black people, do we accept the spaces that they're
We gotta
working
heal,
to categorize
bro.
us?
We gotta heal and stick together and stay strong. Like I don't know what that looks like because there's so many people I think God is the answer for real. There's so many people that's just on their own wave or lost. It's hard. We can't pull ourselves together. We got to be together first.
We do gotta be together, but I feel like just
Do
even
we
history
are
has
all-
shown.
Look at any other race. I think
Them niggas together for the
I've-
most part.
No, they're not. I've
You
talked.
don't think so?
No, I don't. I've talked to a lot of our elders, low key, about this type of shit, and it doesn't even really make sense to try to do it like that anymore.
You don't think the Jews together?
No. By the dollar, yes. You feel me? And I think that they are, but it's certain Jews like you got.
Nobody is completely together. I get what
BG,
you're
this
saying.
shit-
I know where you're going.
That
Nobody
man's
is
gonna
completely
take
together.
A nigga, it's gonna take
A
somebody
leader?
like a leader. That's
Yeah.
what I was about to say. History has shown.
I don't know about that
Every
either.
time we get a leader, what happens? To him?
What a
Corruption,
fucking like a
Corruption
or
or
death.
bingo, right? Every time that we get one,
Well,
Niggas gotta be on the
niggas
same
gotta
page.
be willing to die for this shit.
But if you die and it just gets stumped out, then what do that do?
and then this is gonna be a real harsh take. It's gonna be a take that not a lot of people like, but right, you could like y'all remember back then when Ye had said, "People chose. You didn't have to be a slave. You chose to be a slave." Y'all remember when he said that shit? Right. I argued it for the longest. Like this nigga is idiot. You feel me? Then I thought for real.
You could have chose death.
You could have chose death.
Yeah.
Death
When I
before
heard him say
dishonor.
that, yeah,
Right?
I was like-
So realistically, we say, what if they stomp on everything? Then what's left for them to take? Ultimately, we still won the ultimate war. Y'all can't siphon shit if all of us is gone, bro.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
if y'all stomp us all out, then what's left for y'all?
Yeah, it's not profitable
It's,
for you.
it's over with. You feel me? So it's they can't do that. They need us. You feel me? In order to make this shit what it is.
Yeah.
It get
That's
deep,
some
bro.
real
That's
crazy
deep.
shit. Is you insinuating if we all was ready to die for the cause,
They wouldn't do it.
they wouldn't be
They
able to
couldn't
kill
do
us
it. They need us all, bro.
all. Damn.
They couldn't do it.
Hey, they ain't gonna like this one, boy. They ain't gonna
hey,
like this.
It's the truth.
That's true, though. That's
It's the
facts.
truth. You feel
So
me?
yeah, Baby talked about that.
But that do go into like when Ye was like, niggas chose slavery. I feel like most people still choosing slavery now.
Facts.
That's true.
So that's why I was like I can't just be like,
They drew up a monster play.
yeah, like
Yeah,
this
hell
shit
yeah.
is crazy.
They
for
drew
real.
up
It
a
is.
monster play.
So that's-
And
I was
not
about to
just
ready-
back then.
Even now, today,
Yep,
it's
the ones
continuous.
who added on
Yeah,
to it, the
it's
one they like,
continuous.
they ain't, yeah.
This shit-
And like once you really get into it, like you realize it.
Mhm.
But it's like I was ready to be like, yeah, man, if I was back in the day, if I was a slave, I wouldn't have been no slave neither. But like I can't really
know.
I don't even know what the fuck my ancestors.
So all you
went
can
through.
do, is play the role that you have now to the best of your ability.
That's a fact.
You feel me? And choose.
You do kind of, you don't know what your ancestors went through, but you know that they were smart enough and resilient enough to make it here so that you
Yeah.
here. So
That's in my DNA too.
exactly. So with shit like that, you feel me? That's what a lot of black people, we don't even really know where we from for real. But the more that you, like, you gotta find peace in knowing that shit, I'm here. You feel me? Like I've made it. My ancestors put in enough work for me to be where I am right now. They were either smart enough, strong enough, they had enough heart to, you feel me, that's the reason I'm here, bro. So I gotta give thanks to that and give thanks to God for seeing the way, you feel me, through the whole time. So
and then at the end of the day, my faith is in the Most High hands.
Facts.
So we gonna find a way. As long as you keep God first, you know, and you really work through that, I think the path becomes clear. And maybe that'll also incite the courage to be willing to die and do whatever it takes for this shit, you know. So
facts.
That's crazy.
You know.
I mean, I appreciate you, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby inspired that conversation.
Lil Baby and Mark, what's his name?
Mark Rubin.
Yeah,
Michael Rubin.
Michael Rubin, yeah. So it's Lil Baby and Michael Rubin. That thought just triggered when y'all was talking about, like, he just a white boy, that he don't even think like that. But we think so differently, so my entire thoughts was like, hold on, bro.
And that's what he said, you feel me? And that just,
So Lil Baby probably a lot smarter than niggas give him credit for.
No, and he said that too.
You feel me? You probably a lot smarter than niggas give him credit for.
He said niggas think he dumb, but he like, bro, that play into my court, because then I can, you feel me?
And he had said something that, like, at the end of that little clip I had watched, he had said something like, I mean, for me, like, I want to keep people around me that's like higher than where I am. Because if I'm around people that's where I'm at or even lower, like, I'm not going to move.
But you know what? I love the balance he put in that, because if you watch the full thing, he was like, I'm never leaving my niggas.
Right.
He was like, I told my sisters they need to have more kids because we need to make more black people. We having less and less kids. We dwindling our numbers. We need to expand. And he was like, you feel me? I do need to take care of them. Just because you lesser than me, that don't mean, you feel me, I'm going to just throw you out. But I also need to talk to niggas who have the things that I want, who have the knowledge that I want. You feel me? So that I'm just not pouring out.
Right.
I need somebody to pour knowledge into me as I'm pouring out as well, so I don't become empty, which is a balance. You feel me? Because it's too many niggas that's both extremes. It's too many niggas that they stay behind too much, and then they lose the blessing. And then it's too many niggas who leave everybody behind, and then you miss the point.
Facts.
So it has to be somewhere in the middle. You feel me? So,
There's so many universal laws about balance anyway, that the shit makes sense. You feel me? I don't know, bro. I always thought about that shit too, right? Like, where's the balance in business life versus street life? Because we could look at Lil Baby, you know, I think he said some shit about him not fucking with Gunna, making no more music with Gunna. Yeah. So it's balance in it, you feel me? Or is there a balance in it? Like, he said he not doing that. Lil Baby got hits with Gunna. Maybe arguably some of his biggest songs, you feel me? But at the same time, when you're a principle-based individual, it's just certain shit that you just don't go for, and that's that. That's final. Right. You feel me? So, what y'all think? How y'all think that shit gonna
I have
play
a lot of questions when it comes to that. Does him saying that, and I didn't get to that part of the interview, so I know y'all saw this clip, some of y'all in here. So, did him saying that, does that mean that they'll never have a relationship, or I'm just never making music with you?
If you saying you'll never make music with somebody,
what's the point of kicking it with a nigga?
I think it deals with your brand. You feel me? And what you stand for when it comes to the streets. But he also touched on, like, he said at some point in his life, he will have been not a street nigga for longer than he was a street nigga. And he's not there yet, but that's coming. And he's preparing for that transition.
Damn, you want to know what that nigga is? I ain't never thought about that shit like that.
That is, like...
So,
that's smart.
To push it in perspective, like,
yeah.
So do the rules change? You know, and at the end of the day...
If the rules change,
the rules probably, they're going to have to change.
Not all of them, but he talked about street code in business and how it's different. He talked about that. He said he said some things remain the same.
Right.
But then he said there are some things that change. And the thing that he changed, I'm telling you, you about to be shocked right now.
Tell me.
They gonna clip your face, nigga.
Tell me.
They said they gonna
clip your face.
He said, because I know you not gonna fuck with this, but he said basically in the streets, your word is everything. Because you, like, if I say the price is 100,000, I can't change that.
That's what it is.
Because it's something bigger at stake.
Facts.
But he said in business, because of the rules and how the system is set up, it can't be that. And he basically was like, let's say my price for shows is $100,000, and I give a promoter that price, but then my manager comes up to me. I set up this like soft tour. My manager comes. He didn't go into this much detail, but he said this in so many words. He said, if I then get the knowledge that my price is $800,000, I couldn't do that in the streets. I couldn't change that. Once I gave you my word, it got to be that. But in this business, niggas is shiesty, and I'm gonna have to update my price, nigga, and that's just what it is. And he's like, it's a difference. You know, it's just certain nuances that's completely different. You feel me? So he's like, he's adjusting to that, and that was a difficult adjustment at first.
But does that go into your independence as an artist? Because
he said he want to be independent. He said if he can't be fully independent, then he's not gonna do this shit for long.
I'm gonna say, you know how hard it is to break off from the labels and become independent.
Sounds incredibly difficult.
And once that nigga start trying to do it, you gonna know he trying to.
Some people think that, not to beat a dead horse, but some people think that's where the Drake and Kendrick shit came from.
Yeah.
We don't gotta get into that. Ye. But some people think that's like it's him trying to get away completely.
Who, Drake?
You feel me?